Have you ever pondered the question, who am I? This seemingly simple inquiry has puzzled thinkers and scholars throughout history, leading us to the heart of one of the oldest philosophical advices, know thyself. The ancient Greeks, renowned for their profound wisdom, were the first to champion this maxim. The aphorism, know thyself, was inscribed at the forecourt of the Temple of Apollo at Delphi, a place considered by the ancients as the center of the world. It served as a constant reminder to those seeking the oracle's prophetic wisdom that self-knowledge was the key to true enlightenment. Among the Greek philosophers, Socrates was a staunch advocate of this principle. He believed that the unexamined life was not worth living. For Socrates, self-knowledge was not just an intellectual exercise, but a moral duty. He urged his fellow Athenians to embark on this introspective journey, to question their beliefs and, more importantly, to understand their ignorance. Plato, Socrates' most famous student, also emphasized the importance of self-knowledge. He proposed that our true self is our soul, immortal and unchanging, and that the physical world is merely a shadow of eternal ideas. To know thyself, according to Plato, is to recognize our divine nature and our place in the cosmic order. Yet it's worth noting that the concept of self-knowledge is not a one-size-fits-all. It varies from one philosopher to another, from one culture to another, and even from one era to another. The path to self-discovery is not a straight line, but a labyrinth full of twists and turns, waiting to be navigated. So as we dive deeper into the enigma of self-knowledge, we find ourselves standing at the crossroads of philosophy, science, and religion. Each path offers a different perspective, yet they all lead us back to the same fundamental question: who am I? As we delve deeper into this mystery, we begin to realize that the concept of self-knowledge is not just confined to philosophical realms. Science, the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world, also has something intriguing to say about self-knowledge. Delving into the realms of psychology and neuroscience, science offers a more concrete perspective on self-understanding. One of the key concepts here is self-awareness, the capacity to take oneself as the object of thought. People can think, act, and experience, and they can also think about what they are thinking, acting, and experiencing. In the hallowed halls of neuroscience, the brain takes center stage in our self-perception. This 3-pound mass of grey and white matter is a marvel, essentially serving as the conductor of the symphony that is our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Each part of the brain plays a unique role in how we perceive ourselves. The frontal lobes, for instance, are associated with planning, reasoning, and self-control. Damage to this area can alter a person's self-image or their understanding of others. Then there's consciousness, that elusive concept that's been the subject of philosophical debates for millennia. Science posits that consciousness arises from the operations of the brain. It is the state of being aware of and able to think and perceive, the condition of being awake and aware of one's surroundings, thoughts and feelings. But despite the leaps and bounds in neuroscience, the exact mechanisms of how consciousness arises remains a mystery. Yet as we peel back the layers of the human mind and brain, it's apparent that science provides a rather different, more tangible approach to understanding self-knowledge. It offers insights into the mechanics of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and how they contribute to our self-perception. However, even with all the advancements in neuroscience and psychology, science can only provide a piece of the puzzle. It delves into the how, but it struggles with the why. It can map the neural pathways that light up when we think about ourselves, but it can't fully explain the subjective experience of being you or me. Science provides a different, more tangible approach to understanding self-knowledge, yet it does not fully answer the question, who am I? Religion, a system of faith and worship, also provides insights into the quest for self-knowledge. Dive deep into the ocean of religious teachings and you'll find pearls of wisdom about understanding oneself. Let's explore how different religions interpret self-knowledge. Buddhism, for instance, encourages introspection and mindfulness. It teaches that self-knowledge comes from understanding the impermanence of the self, and the interdependence of all beings. The idea of anatta or non-self challenges the notion of a permanent, unchanging self, suggesting instead that we are a flux of experiences, emotions and perceptions. In Christianity, self-knowledge is seen in light of understanding one's relationship with God. The Bible says, "Examine yourselves to see whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves." It emphasizes the importance of self-assessment and introspection in aligning with divine principles. Hinduism offers a different perspective with its concept of Atman, the eternal self. Self-knowledge in Hinduism is about realizing this divine self within, beyond the transient physical and mental faculties. The ancient scriptures, Upanishads, famously declare, "Thou art that," emphasizing the unity of the individual soul with the universal consciousness. Islam too places great emphasis on self-knowledge. The Prophet Muhammad is reported to have said, "He who knows himself knows his Lord." In Islam, understanding oneself is a path towards understanding God's attributes and thus attaining spiritual enlightenment. While these religions offer varied interpretations, they all underscore the importance of introspection, self-assessment and spiritual transcendence in the pursuit of self-knowledge. They suggest that self-knowledge is not merely about understanding our behaviors, emotions or thoughts, but about transcending them to connect with something larger, be it the impermanent flux of life, divine principles, the eternal self, or the attributes of God. So, whether you're a believer, an agnostic, or an atheist, these religious perspectives can offer valuable insights into the enigmatic journey of self-discovery. From this spiritual perspective, self-knowledge is both a journey and a destination. As we have seen, the quest for self-knowledge is a multifaceted exploration, spanning philosophy, science, and religion. Each of these domains offers a unique lens to peek into the enigma that is the self. Philosophy, with its rich heritage of introspective inquiry, posits that self-knowledge is a matter of understanding one's own thoughts, emotions, and motivations. The likes of Socrates and Plato have long argued that the unexamined life is not worth living, encouraging us to delve into the depths of our consciousness. Science, on the other hand, seeks to unravel the mysteries of the self through empirical evidence and logical reasoning. Neuroscience and psychology examine the brain, our thoughts and behaviors, suggesting that our self is an amalgamation of neural networks, cognitive processes, and learned behaviors. This perspective offers a more tangible, albeit complex, understanding of what constitutes the self. Religion, with its spiritual lens, views self-knowledge as a path to enlightenment and divine connection. From the Buddhist concept of anatta, or non-self, to the Christian notion of imago Dei, or image of God, religion provides a spiritual dimension to self-knowledge, often advocating for selflessness and altruism. While these perspectives may seem at odds, they can coexist and even complement each other. The introspective focus of philosophy can guide the empirical investigations of science, while the spiritual insights from religion can provide a sense of purpose and moral compass. There is a confluence, a meeting point, where these distinct streams of thought can merge into a broader, more holistic understanding of self-knowledge. However, it is crucial to remember that each perspective offers a different piece of the puzzle. None alone can provide a complete picture of the self. It is by embracing the multiplicity of these perspectives that we can begin to grasp the complexity of self-knowledge. While the journey to self-knowledge is complex and multifaceted, it is a journey that is uniquely personal and infinitely rewarding. So, can we truly know ourselves as the Greek philosophers advised? Throughout our journey, we have traversed the realms of philosophy, science, and religion, each offering unique insights into the enigma of self-knowledge. From the ancient Greeks urging introspection, to modern science mapping our neural pathways, to the spiritual paths guiding us towards inner peace, each perspective adds a piece to the puzzle. In the pursuit of self-knowledge, we've found that it's not just about understanding our strengths and weaknesses, but also about recognizing our place in the grand scheme of things. It's about the interplay between self and society, individual and universe. Indeed, self-knowledge is crucial for personal growth and for understanding the world around us. It enables us to embrace our humanity with all its complexities and contradictions. The journey to self-knowledge is ongoing, and each day brings us one step closer to understanding the enigma that is the self. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination.